What's going on, guys? It's Kevin from Wolf Strings, and I'm just noticing in the camera that my beard is getting pretty long. Do you guys think I should trim it up or keep it going for No Shave November coming up here? So let me know in the comments below. Just something fun to do. So guys, today I'm here to follow up on my review of Relax Pocket Maker. So about a month ago, you can check out my video, I'll link it below. I did a review of the Relax Pocket Maker and I went through the whole process of applying it, stretching out the mesh, stringing it up, and then kind of what I thought initially about it. And so I've been testing it out for a while. I've had some of the guys at PSU use the stick, and man, we have had some crazy weather in the last month up here in the Pacific Northwest. Really, the entire West Coast has been hit with this crazy storm over the last week, and it's been super rainy, really wet and cold. So just a great environment really to test out the Relax Pocket Maker system. And it's held up really nicely, and I'm excited to show you the stick. And just as a side note, some of you guys are looking forward to my Sting 7 review. I have the overview on my channel. Check out the overview video of the Sting 7 from Tribe 7. But I haven't got to that initial review yet because the weather has just been too crazy to film outside, and I know a lot of you guys wanted to see some face-off clamps with the Sting 7, and I will be getting that video up hopefully this week, if not early next week on my usual Mondays, just because the weather has just been super crazy outside lately. But like I said, good environment to test out the weatherproof ability of this, or kind of how it affects the mesh in that way. So here is the stick that I strung it up with. Again, check out my last video, or I'll link below the video of the review where I strung this up. And it's held up really nicely, guys. So it's still got a little bit of softness in here. It hasn't frozen up like hard mesh does. Because sometimes with old school hard mesh, it would get super wet in the rain, and then it actually broke in kind of nice because it was super saturated with water. But then when you got home, dried it out, it just froze back up and became this rock hard piece of mesh with no ball feel at all. But this piece of mesh, you can see I'm running my hand through it. It's really soft and it's easy to run my hand through, and I'm rubbing my knuckles up against it and it's not tearing it up. Definitely stringers that have been stringing for a while now, you guys know, I'm sure everyone has got a bloody knuckle every now and then from trying to break in old school nylon hard mesh. So you can see I'm just rubbing in here. The pocket is still nice and soft, and it's a semi-soft, semi-hard feel depending on what you think about that. It can be somewhere in the middle of those two. But yeah, guys, really nice feel to the mesh thanks to that Relax Pocket Maker conditioner, and I think it's held up really nicely. I think it's also prevented it from kind of breaking in to where it's bagging out. That's one reason why a lot of us are switching to performance meshes like String King and Hero and Throne and memory mesh and all that stuff, is because we just don't want to experience the problems that we had with this nylon mesh. But I think if you treat it with the Relax system, it's going to allow this mesh to really just perform like it should have been a long time ago. It's kind of what we were all hoping for. But yeah, guys, if you want more information about how I applied this and stuff, again, check out the video in the link below. You'll see me string it up and everything. There's a cool little time lapse of me stringing it. So I was really happy with how that video came out. However, there are a few corrections I want to make after speaking with the folks at Relax. Kind of a few things I did wrong or said that might not have been 100% accurate. And the first thing is that I used way too much on this head when I broke it in. And I knew that. I said that in the video that I probably used too much, but really you only need about 5 to 6 sprays per side. So 5 or 6 sprays on the inside of the mesh, flip it over, 5 or 6 sprays there, and that's probably all you need. Another big thing that they said would help is if I got the mesh wet first. So what I did, and I kind of followed the directions on the bottle, and it didn't really say that, but what I did was just spray it, kind of break it in, and then rinse it off. But what you should really do is stretch out the mesh by hand, saturate it with water, and then go with your 5 or 6 sprays on each side, and that'll really help the formula in here break into the mesh, really saturate it, and allow it to soften up the mesh. So that's one thing you want to do differently than what I did, is definitely wet this mesh first and then spray it. And then I said that you might not want to get this on countertops or any surface you don't want to see destroyed. and they assured me that it's not a formula, it's not a chemical that's going to wear off any finishes on countertops or anything like that. So it is safe to spray on a table or something. I mean, however, they did say you probably don't want to do that anyways because you don't want to get this stuff all over your furniture. But if you're in the sink and you're spraying it and a little bit gets onto your countertop, or if you're on a table with paper towels surrounding it and some gets on your table, it's not going to damage it in any way. All you need to do is just wipe it up with paper towels. So yeah, guys, this is totally safe to use around your house. However, I just think a sink is probably your best bet to do this, or somewhere outside. But yeah, guys, if it gets on any furniture, it's totally cool just to wipe off. It's not going to damage it. Yeah, guys, so really happy with the Relax Pocket Maker. I think it's a great invention. I wish it would have came out like 10 years ago when I was learning how to string with hard mesh, and it would have saved a lot of knuckles back in the day. But yeah, guys, it's held up really nicely. It's allowed this mesh to perform a little more than it normally would. There's just a slight bagging out. You guys can probably see in the pocket that the mesh has not held its shape perfectly, and that's just because of nylon mesh. That has nothing to do with the Relax Pocket Maker system. This is just some of the problems that we've dealt with nylon mesh, and again, that's why we've been trying to switch over to this polyester style high performing mesh just to prevent some of this. But because this mesh has a little more softer feel, it's able to move with the ball better and perform more like a performance style mesh. I'll give you guys a channel shot. Yeah, it still looks pretty good. The channel's held up pretty tight up in here. That it hasn't really caused it to get loose up at the top. The channel's still good. Like I said, just slight bagging out. It's not quite as defined as it used to be. But this is still a great stick. All the guys at PSU loved using it. I mean, this thing saw some crazy torrential downpours, some colder temperatures. We had a few dry practices as well. So this thing saw pretty much what you're going to expect in a lacrosse season over the course of just, 2 or 3 weeks. So it really went through its paces and it held up nicely. So if you guys are a fan of hard mesh, which I still am, and you want to make it even better, check out Relax Pocket Maker. I'll link their website below. Pick up some of their product. It really changes your game. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Leave a comment below if you've tried Relax Pocket Maker and what you think about it. I'm curious to know. And don't forget to follow them on Instagram and stuff like that, as well as follow Wolf Strings. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss more videos like this. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time.